All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we've got a really cool and honestly pretty unexpected story for you from the world of construction. We're going to look at how one country is totally shaking up the way we build things, and they're doing it by mixing ancient wisdom with some really smart modern ideas. So let's just jump right in with a question for you. Think about all the big players in industry and tech around the globe. Now, if I asked you where the second largest lean construction community in the world is, right behind the USA, what would you say? Just take a shot.
Believe it or not, it's Peru. Yeah, kind of surprising, right? The driving force behind this whole thing is the Lean Construction Institute Peru, or LCI Peru. They got started back in 2011, and in just over a decade, they've created this incredible community that's not just changing their own country's industry, but it's making waves across all of Latin America. So you gotta wonder, how did this happen in Peru, of all places? Well, it's interesting because this story isn't just about modern tech. The folks leading this movement in Peru, they actually look way back in time for inspiration. We're talking about the mind-blowing efficiency of Incan buildings like Machu Picchu. It's this powerful reminder that, building smarter isn't just about new gadgets. It's about these timeless principles that have been around forever.
Okay, so before we get into their solution, we really need to understand the problem they were trying to solve. And it is a huge problem. See, the modern construction industry, and this isn't just a Peru thing, this is everywhere, is just filled with incredible amounts of waste and inefficiency. And the president of LCI Peru, Cesar Guzman Marquina, he has this perfect way of putting it. He says that when you try to run a construction project without good data, without solid planning, it's like building a house without plans. You're basically just asking for chaos, for risk, and for a ton of wasted money and time. So that's where LCI Peru started, by actually going out and getting the data. And what they found when they did their research was pretty fascinating. They went out and studied these job sites, and they found that the two biggest money and time sucks were actually super simple things. First, workers just standing around, waiting for materials to show up or for someone to tell them what to do next. And second, just moving materials and tools around the site unnecessarily. I mean, just imagine all that wasted motion, all that time just ticking away. All right, so how do you even begin to fix a problem like that? Well, this is where lean construction enters the picture. And this is the most important part to get. Lean isn't just some tool you buy or a checklist you follow. It's a whole philosophy. It's a way of thinking that's all about one main goal: getting rid of waste, step by step, so you can deliver the most possible value to your client. Now, to really get the difference here, think about a supermarket. Traditional construction, that's what we call a push system. It's where materials just get pushed onto the job site based on some master schedule that was made weeks ago and is probably already wrong. It's like a supermarket getting a giant delivery of yogurt every single Monday, whether the shelves are full or not. It just creates chaos. The lean way, that's a pull system. Just like a supermarket only restocks the yogurt when you, the customer, pull one off the shelf, materials are only pulled to the job site right when they're needed for the next step. No chaos, no waste. Okay, so that's the big idea, the philosophy. But how do you actually do that on a huge, complicated construction project? Let's look at the actual tools that LCI Peru uses to make this whole pull system a reality. First up, you've got the Last Planner system. Now, this one directly attacks that waiting around problem we talked about. Instead of some manager in an office creating a giant rigid plan, this system gets the people who are actually doing the work, the last planners, to plan things out together in short, reliable bursts. It replaces all that guesswork with real commitment, and that just slashes delays. Next up is something called Target Value Design, or TVD. And this one, it totally flips the normal design process on its head. See, usually you design the building, then you find out how much it costs, and surprise, it's way over budget. With TVD, you start with the client's budget as the fixed target. It's non-negotiable. And then the entire team, architects, engineers, builders, they have to innovate together to deliver the best possible building for that price. It's all about preventing those expensive redesigns before they even have a chance to happen. And finally, we've got Building Information Modeling, or BIM.
Honestly, the best way to think about BIM is like a virtual crystal ball for the entire project. It's this super detailed 3D digital model that the whole team shares. So before anyone even digs a hole, the electrician can see exactly where the plumber's pipes are supposed to go. They can spot a potential clash that would have stopped work for days on site, and they can solve it on a computer screen instead of with a sledgehammer. It's a game changer for collaboration. But here's the thing. We can talk about tools and processes all day, but this might be the most critical piece of the whole Peruvian revolution. The source material is super clear on this. The real secret sauce, it's the people. It's about building an entirely new culture. And this quote right here, it just gets right to the heart of the whole lean philosophy. It's not about just being efficient for the sake of it. The real core idea is something called respect for people. LCI Peru really pushes this idea that when you create a positive work environment, a place where people collaborate and feel valued, you get so much more than just productivity. You get real commitment, you get better ideas from everyone. And, like the quote says, it becomes an investment in long-term quality. So how do you actually build a culture like that? It's not just happy thoughts. It's a real deliberate process. You start by empowering the workers, trusting the expertise of the people on the ground. When you do that, it naturally leads to better collaboration because people feel like they're on the same team. And of course, you can't have collaboration without open and honest communication. And all of that together, that's what drives the ultimate goal, continuous improvement, where every single person on the project is always looking for a better way to do things.
And the result of this whole approach, this mix of smart tools and a strong culture, well, it speaks for itself. This is how Peru, under the incredible leadership of people like Cesar Guzman Marquina and Jose Guzman, built the second largest lean construction community in the entire world. I mean, they are truly punching way above their weight and leading a massive transformation.
So I want to leave you with the same powerful question that Cesar Guzman himself asks. He tells us to look at Machu Picchu, at its incredible, timeless efficiency, all built without a single one of our modern tools. And then he asks, if they could do that, what are we capable of achieving today? With everything we know, with the technology we have, what's our excuse? It's a real challenge, not just for construction, but for all of us to build a smarter, better future.